G'day everybody, it's Glenn from Supertech Electronics, and today we're going to remove a screen from an IS250. So the tools you will need is a plastic spudger, a little flat screwdriver, a 10mm socket on an extension, a pair of pointy nose pliers and a Phillips head screwdriver. And you will also need a rag. Now I should mention straight away that over time the dashboards can go very soft and are very easily damaged. If you follow the instructional video today, you should minimize that damage, hopefully get none at all. And also noting that the spudger we would never actually use around the dashboard. We'll use it just for these two sections down here when the time comes. Okay, now in behind the air vent, which is the first section we're going to remove, are little tiny clips, and you need to get your screwdriver under them and pull them down till they clip, like so. And same with this side. Okay, so they're all down now, so that air vent is ready to come out. Now we're going to grab the air vent by that part there, we're going to pull, and we're going to do the same to the other side. Okay, and we are going to have to remove this cable here by pushing that little clip and peeling it all the way over, and we're going to do the same to this side. Push the little clip and put it aside for the time being. Don't rest it on the dashboard. Once again, you can damage the dashboard. Now, the next section we're going to do is remove these parts here. And we're going to do that by spuddering them out. And pop it all the way out. We'll put that aside for the sec. Then we'll do the same to the other side. You can lever against that, but don't lever against the dash. And that one's out too. Okay, so the next part we'll do of this journey is to remove the gear knob and this section here. Gear knobs just twist off anti-clockwise, and from there move it all the way down to get it out of the way, and then we're going to pull this section up. So we'll get the spudger under there, and this whole section will come out like that. Now we should be able to just move that to the side for the time being. Alrighty, so that will have a few electrical connections. Push the middle pin and pull it out. And same with this one. And that can just sit on the side for the time being. Now from there, that will expose two Phillips head screws. We're going to remove those. Use a magnetized screwdriver so that you don't lose too many screws, preferably none. Once you get those out, this whole part will come out, and we can just put the ashtray to the side there for the time being while we remove the rest of the radio. Now that will expose two 10mm bolts, one there and one on the opposite side. We're going to remove those. Take your rag and just throw it over the gear shift. That's going to protect things. It's quite sharp and can damage the stereo. So throw it over the gear stick, and we're going to take the two 10mm bolts out at the top. Okay, so now that we've got all the bolts out, this whole section will come out as a whole. It is a two-person job from here on. One person to hold the stereo, the other person to unplug the plugs. We just don't want to damage it on this. Even though it's covered, you can still damage it at this stage. So grab it with both hands. That part will just come out as well, and pull the whole thing towards yourself and get your partner to unplug the electrical connections at the back. Okay, so now that you and your partner have got the radio out, leave those two sockets in. You don't need to take those out. And one thing worth mentioning is there is a hazard light plug that fits in there. It will also plug in there. Now, It does only live in there. It won't do any damage if it goes into that socket, but your hazard lights won't work. So make sure, even if you mark the two ends with a pen, a texter or a Sharpie, put a black dot there and a black dot on the one that lives in it. That way you know that it goes back in there, not in there. That one doesn't actually have anything plugged into it once it's in the car. Now that makes the unit ready to send off to Supertech Electronics for repair.